we are made of water, right? I just go with that. How water can be calm, fluid, but it also can be like furious. It's just like life, like our lives. There are ups and downs, and sometimes it's quiet. And just try to match it, bring it into my dancing, and just, let's say, have fun with it.
Welcome to the Anyplace podcast. I'm your host, Robin Nisbet. In this episode, I speak with Willy Souly, dancer, choreographer, professor, and martial artist. We talk about why it's important to make art, about understanding traditional West African dance and music through their cultural and historical roots, and Willy's ongoing inquiry around belonging. This episode is called Like Water. Without saying where this is, will you describe the landscape that you come from?
It's flat, right soil, sometimes dry grass. In some places, big trees. It's smaller than baobab trees. It's kail cedra. That's how we call them in French.
Are there words in Moray that you could use to describe the landscape? How would you talk about the earth, the dirt? I'm interested in how meaning can shift depending on language, because the language gives an idea of relationship to place.
Because if you mean like dirt like this, or dirt like let's say the soil, the sand, it's kind of different words.
Okay, soil.
We'll say tenga.
Tenga.
Which also means the ground or the country or the soil, the land.
Does it mean the planet as well?
Yes.
Okay, so similar to English, if we say earth.
Yeah. But we don't call it dirt, even though it's dusty and it's sand. No, we don't call it dirt. It's the earth.
So, will you reveal to our listeners where you come from, Willy Souly?
I'm from Burkina Faso, the land of the upright people.
Word.
And it's in West Africa. It's inland. And it's surrounded by Mali, Niger, Togo, Benin, Ghana, and Ivory Coast. I'm from the Mosi ethnic group. It's the biggest ethnic group of the country. And in Burkina, we have more than 65 different ethnic groups.
Wow.
Yeah.
So 65 different languages.
Yes, but some of these languages are sometimes similar. A little bit like, if I can compare, it will be like American English versus British English versus Australian English, yeah.
Okay. What do you love about your country, the country that you come from? I know this is your country as well, but...
People are very nice. It's all about community, where I'm coming from. People are very supportive. It's peaceful. We are very peaceful. But once we get mad at something, it's we manifest it also. We are pretty decisive. If we decide to do something, we will do it. But it's very peaceful. It used to be the country where you can land there without knowing anybody, and by the time you exit the airport, you already have someone who will host you in their house without knowing you and without asking for nothing in return. But now with a lot of things changing around the world, people are being less open.
Yeah, well, and the politics in Burkina are... Yeah. Do you want to talk about that at all? What do you think of the president, Ibrahim Traoré?
Yeah, I really love him. I wish I could sit and talk to him one day.
What would you ask him? Or what would you talk about with him?
I will give like ideas about how we can all contribute in making the country prosper. Yeah, he already have some great ideas, but like him himself, he's been like proning. We need to build it together, and only one person's ideas won't really make it. We have to do it together.
Yeah. He's very young, right?
Yeah, I think he's the youngest president in the world, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. We support him. Yeah.
He kicked out, didn't he kick out like cultural française and all of like kind of like this thing of we don't need to be dependent on the French colonizer anymore, right?
We don't really need to be dependent on nobody.
Yeah.
We just need to have collaboration, cooperations, and mutual respect. And I think that's where the problem came.
What do you mean where the problem came?
The problem between Burkina Faso and the colonizer.
You mean historically?
Yeah.
Yeah. What year did Burkina Faso get its independence from France?
I think it's from 1960. Very independent. Still until Ibrahim Traore came, that I wouldn't be so sure. Yeah, and it's the same like over countries that got their independence, but deep inside they are still not independent. There is a system that has been implanted by the colonizers, and that system doesn't allow us to really process our own materials into turning it to something else. And for instance, there is this documentary that's been online for a couple of years now, where you see farmers tasting chocolate for the first time, and they were like, they asked them how they like the product, and like, oh yeah, it's good. What is this? And we're like, oh yeah, actually that's the cocoa beans that you guys are farming, and it's being exported to Europe, and they transform it into this product. Then they are sending it back to the country and selling it at an exorbitant price. Yeah.
It's basically just an extractive practice.
Exactly, and it's the same as the lotion that a lot of people are using here. Where do they find the raw material? It's the shea butter from Africa. Then they take it to other countries, process it, refine it, add some other stuff, and come back and sell it to us at a very high price. And that's one of the things that Ibrahim Traore has been fighting, rather than sending our product out so that we can refine it and sell it back to us. Why don't we refine it here on our land and profit from it?
And Burkina is also making their own electric car, yeah?
Yes, since last year, they have electric cars now. Itawa, Itoua. The name of the brand is the name of the fabricant's village or something like that. Yeah, I saw a couple of them when I was there.
And when did you come to Los Angeles?
First time was in December 2006. Then I left in March or April 2007. And then I came back in May or June 2007. And then since then I've been here.
And what was the hardest part about landing in LA?
I will say that I was fortunate for many reasons, because first I had my best friend who was already living here. So I already had like an anchor And then the other thing is that I wasn't lost at all, because before coming to the US, I had already toured a lot around the world, so it wasn't new. It's just a different culture, new rules, and then you just have to readapt yourself and follow these new rules, learn the language. That was one of the most interesting thing to me, because coming to the US, I could write in English, I could understand if you speak to me, but I just couldn't speak it. Yeah, because I went to high school and I had good grades in English, but I just wasn't speaking it. So in order to train myself, I started watching TV with subtitles. Until now, I cannot watch any movie without the subtitles. And then went back to school to do my bachelor and my master's.
And that was quite amazing because you were already teaching at UCLA in the WAC department, right? And
Walk dance.
WAC dance. And you went through, I mean, I know that you were sort of pacing yourself through City College, but then when it came to enrolling in UCLA as a student, you went through finishing your bachelor and your master's in how long?
3 years.
3 years. That's incredible. That must have been really challenging.
Yep. And I was burned out after that. Yeah. But it was a good experience. Kind of made me a different artist, grounded me in some places, and opened over doors. I don't want to. I don't mean doors opportunities, just opportunities. Yeah, there are some opportunities, but I mean artistically. Yeah, it opened a lot of doors and windows. Now I'm more experimental. I'm more I'm seeing things from a different point of view now. Yeah, that was a very good experience, because there is something that we need to know. Even masters sometimes need to take a step back and learn from their students. And to me, even though I was already putting some work out and working with some of the professors there, it was beneficial to go back to school and relearn other stuff from nothing. Basically, one of the professors always says, you come back as a blank sheet and you rewrite yourself. And because life is just about that, you have to constantly rewrite your story, and resilience.
Well, on that note, what is the hardest thing that you've ever gone through?
Hard how?
I guess the thing that, I don't know, I think that there's moments in people's lives where we almost feel taken out, like a sense of defeat or grief or...
Oh, yeah. Like losing both of my parents within what? My mom passed in January 2021 and my dad November 2022. Yeah. While I was here. But for my mom, I will say that I was fortunate, because I was busy to the point that I didn't go home for 8 or 9 years. And then during COVID, I got invited to a dance festival in Burkina. And everybody kind of said, "Oh, don't do it, don't go." But I feel like I had to go. So I went. It was a good festival, did a good show, came back to the US, and then literally 2 weeks later, she passed. And it feels like she knew about it, because I didn't tell them I was coming. It was a surprise. I just walked in and she said, "Oh, it's you. Oh, wow. Are you okay? Oh, you look good. Yeah, you're fine." And then she said, okay, now I can die in peace. Yep. Then the day I was leaving, I went to say goodbye. And she said, oh, wait, sit, let's take a picture together. And when she said that, I was like, that feels weird. I kind of felt something. And like, okay, we'll see what will happen. And then 2 weeks later, so maybe that was the toughest one. The two losses within like less than 24 months. And I remember for my dad, I was in Ohio. That was like crazy because I didn't know anybody in the city, and I needed to just go back home. So I had to go and leave my car in Philadelphia at my friend's house, then fly to Burkina, come back to Philadelphia, and drive back to Akron in Ohio. And it was around Thanksgiving time, November 2022. Wednesday, the night before Thanksgiving, I just woke up in the middle of the night and I couldn't sleep. And I'm like walking. So I needed to do something. So I decided to just repack my stuff and make sure that every bag has like the right weight. And right in the middle of it, I just stood there and I'm like, where is my passport? Yep. Left it in Ohio. And it was 2 a.m. And from Akron to Philly, it's 6 hours driving. Try to book a flight, and it's Thanksgiving Day. So I just went to bed, took a 3 hours nap, and then at 5 a.m., straight to Akron, got home, get the passport, and then drive back to Philly. And I got back at Philly in the night, went to bed, and then next morning, fly to Burkina. Yeah, that was something. But everything went well.
Does Los Angeles feel like your home?
What do you mean by home?
The place that you belong?
How do you know that you belong to a place?
That's a good question. How do you know that you belong to a place?
Actually, it's a theme for my current work. It's a solo performance that I'm creating. It's about how you belong to a space, a place, or a community. Because, the idea came to me as like this African immigrant in the US. Now I've been naturalized US citizen, but yet people still call me African, meaning that this place, this new home, is not your home, right? Then when I go home to my family, they call me foreigner because I don't live there anymore. And there are some things like in the culture that I'm not attached to anymore because I live outside.
So you are like a foreigner, stranger almost.
Yep. So to the point that one day I was sitting and I'm like, wait, here they call me foreigner. In my own country, they call me foreigner. So who am I? Then I started questioning that question of identity and all this stuff. And at the moment, my answer was like, you just need to create this place, this safe space where you can be free, you can express yourself. And then I went with that for a couple of months. Then one day, I don't remember what it was, but it kind of made me realize that there is no safe place. The notion of safe place is It's just a concept. It doesn't exist because you are not safe anywhere. Let's say, for example, your immediate family is your safest place because you have this bond and they are supporting you, right? But yet, you have some stuff that you cannot openly speak of in front of your family. So that makes that notion of a safe space a little bit, it's just a concept. It doesn't exist.
What would a safe space look like to you?
It doesn't exist. So
But if it could exist?
a place where I can say whatever I want, do whatever I want, express myself freely, live freely with anybody without racism and all the craziness that's happening in the world right now. But yeah, the greed of humans is like too high that I don't think that such place exists. We have to just learn from it and constantly readapt and see how we can just make some things better. Because sometimes some problems or issues are not meant to be fixed. It's meant to just redirect us into another direction, take us on a different path.
So, do you have a spiritual practice?
What's a spiritual practice?
Are you a materialist? Do you believe that this is your body and this is it? Or do you think of yourself as, like, do you have a relationship with identifying yourself as more than just a physical body? And if so, if you think of yourself as a spiritual being in a physical form, is there a way in which you can kind of tap into your relationship with spirit or God or a higher power? Or
I was raised Catholic, but I stopped going to church. But the most important is that I believe that there is something out there. Maybe it's a person, maybe it's an energy, maybe it's just a belief. But there is something out there. And I believe that I strongly believe that there is that thing. Yes, I'm spiritual, turning into like ancestors or other things. Maybe not. Sometimes I do or understand stuff that were not taught to me. There is a connection to something. I don't know what yet. And like I said at the beginning, it's not the time. It's not the time to delve into it. One day I will focus on it, but it's not the time yet. Because you don't want to rush things.
what was the purpose of Janjoba?
The purpose was to bring people together to talk about our culture. Because our community, when I speak about community, I speak about West African / Monday dance and music culture. Yeah, Janjoba was initially for the community to get together and celebrate our culture. Because living in Los Angeles, I realized that at one point we were focusing more on the dance and the music, but we never sit and talk about the culture. Why are we doing this? And what's the real meaning of the culture? And I felt that it was important for us to do it, which is why when I did Janjoba, the very first activity was a sit and talk. We had the opportunity to hear about how West African dance and music started in Southern California, how it came here and who brought it. And that was very important for people here to know. So Janjoba was something that will discuss more about the cultural values, our values, rather than just dancing and drumming together.
What were the cultural values that you were hoping to share?
Community, being together, and what it requires, what's the involvement of each member, to what level should we contribute, and talking about West African / Mande culture. Why are we dancing together? Why everything always happens in the cipher? Why one dancer goes inside in the cipher, express themselves, and get lifted by the community because before they pass away, and then another dancer comes. And the communication between the drummers and the dancers, all of that.
Why is the reason for the cipher, which is, for listeners, the circle that people go into to dance?
It's participatory. In a circle, you don't have it's not from a two point of view. Everybody is one.
Yeah.
It's unity.
It's very different being in a class room in front of a mirror, learning something. A relationship to space, I think, changes the feeling of something and the ability to hear and feel the music. And also, we were talking about belonging. I feel like Janjoba, really what you're expressing and talking about is like deepening belonging through understanding. And also, I've heard you talk about Mande, West African dance. One of the reasons for it is to create healing. Is that, I mean, for me, when I think of people dancing in the circle, it's a moment for people to express themselves, to let go of something and to be witnessed. And I think it's just as important to be witnessed as it is to witness. That's like an act of reciprocity. And there's that act of reciprocity between the drummer and the dancer too.
Or to celebrate something.
To celebrate something. So Mende style, that comes from the...
First, why did I emphasize West African / Mande? Just because when you say West Africa, you're talking about a region. When you have countries like Burkina Faso, where I'm coming from, you have Ghana, Togo, Benin, Ivory Coast, Guinea, Senegal, and many others. But not all these countries are doing the same dances, nor they are sharing the same music or the same instruments. The style of dance I'm referring to is coming from the Mandingo Empire, which used to be one of the most powerful empires in Africa. And it was unified around the 1200 by Sunjata Keita. And something that people need to know and understand is that the Mandingo Empire already has their own chart, which is called the Chart of Kurukanfuga, where they were already talking about the civil rights or human rights, basic needs for humans, and that was in the 1200. So if some people are thinking that Africa is the land of the savage, no. We had our own constitution in the Mandingo Empire since the 1200. And the US constitution came a long time after that, maybe 5 centuries, around 1700, right? The Chart of Kurukanfuga unified the Mandingo Empire. The empire was unified by Sunjata Keita, whose life or story is being showed to the US in movies as the Lion King. The story of the Lion King, it's inspired from Sunjata Keita's life.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
No. Now you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Mande Empire used to share the same stuff, same culture, music, instruments. And then later, after the colonization, the empire got broken into countries. Some families were divided, like you have a family home here, And then the colonizer came and just traced the line. Like, okay, if you are on this side of a line, you are in Burkina Faso, and this side of the line is Mali. For example. That's what happened, and that's where the dances that I've been practicing and teaching are originating from. If you go to Ghana, Togo, Benin, they are part of West Africa, but they don't even use the same instruments as
Right. Yeah.
And even in Burkina Faso, one part of the country doesn't use the djembe drums and dunduns or balafons.
And I think I heard you say, too, that even there's variation in the style of using djembe and dundun and balafon, to where some regions in West Africa don't even play it the same way as...
Sometimes it's not played the same way. Yeah. Sometimes it's the same rhythm, but depending on where you are, the name will be different.
Well, you talk about the griot and the family system of something being passed down, like the lineage.
Like I usually say, a griot is not just a storyteller. For us, a storyteller is just it's like your newspaper that's writing stories just to sell. For us, the griot is more important than that. The griot is the keeper of the oral tradition because they are in charge of keeping our history alive. Our history is not written on books, and the griot is in charge of knowing the history by singing it. And that's how they keep it alive, and they just pass it from father to son. It's in the family, so it's the keeper of the oral tradition. It's not a storyteller.
It's a big responsibility.
A very big responsibility. It's like a library.
The word griot, that's a European word, right?
Actually, that's a good point. You got me there. Initially, we called him the jili. The jili. Griot is in French and English, but back home it's the jili, depending on where you are or what language you are speaking.
And historically, you said passed down from father to son. Isn't Fatoumata
Diawara?
Isn't she a part of a griot family?
Nowadays, a lot of people are claiming to be part of griot families. A long time ago, you could recognize them by the family name.
Like Aboubakar's?
Yeah, Kouyaté. Kouyaté is coming from the very first griot. They are the original griots, the OGs. Like my students call him. But coming back to Fatoumata Diawara, I'm not sure. I know of her music, but I never wondered if she was a griot or not. I love her music.
Yeah, me too. I know a lot of your big practices, but is there something in particular that you're practicing right now?
Observation and listening to myself.
What does that look like?
Getting to know yourself better.
In what situations? Like, are there particular moments throughout the day? Is it when you're around other people, in relationship to other people and things?
All of that, actually. And it doesn't have any specific time in the day. It just depends on the situations or what happens at the moment, and then I need to just reflect on it right away, because I'm forgetful and I can just forget, or just wake up in the middle of the night and start thinking about it again. Yeah.
What are you noticing from these observations?
Sometimes patterns, sometimes surprises at how I'm reacting or how I'm behaving, learning a lot about myself, learning about people, the people that I'm observing, like taking some stuff that are interesting to me, some ideas, behavior, reactions that I can benefit from. Yeah.
Do you think that it influences your art making practice?
Oh, yes. Yes. Because my art making practice is just a combination of everything. Yeah, before I do something, I need to have the idea, get the idea from something or someone, and then try to bring other elements into it, and then go from there. And I like to always bring something into it. Just yes, I was trained as a dancer and a musician, but I just don't do dance only. I like to bring other elements, even if it's not an embodied practice. Yeah, it can be an idea, or maybe a song, or how do you say that? A tune, or a philosophy, and just go from there.
What do you find interesting about observing other people's behaviors?
Not necessarily their behaviors, but I like to observe people. I don't look at myself enough. I rather look at other people. Like, we are interesting beings. Yeah, very interesting in many ways that I cannot explain. Yeah.
Are you able to kind of identify when people are behaving in a way that is displaying something that's maybe inauthentic to or against what is really happening in here?
That must feel a little bit contradictory, but I will say yes, I can notice it. Can notice when someone says something that they don't think, or something that's not really matching what they want. I have a very good intuition. That's why I like to observe. But where the contradiction comes, it's that me, myself, I'm not aligned. And I know it.
You once told me that you liked not being in alignment.
Yeah. I just don't remember in what context it was. And I know I don't like to be in alignment because, let's say, maybe it depends. It depends. I don't know how to explain it.
This is the feeling that I got, and I don't want to put words into your mouth, but this is what I gathered from what you're expressing. It was almost like being in alignment is too easy and
boring. Yeah.
boring.
Yeah.
And so it's almost like maybe you could know everything that was going to happen if you were in alignment, and you'd rather not know. But that seems to me like you'd rather just make things really tough on yourself. Like, if there are certain things that you want in life and you know what it would take to get there and what the most direct path is, why struggle?
It's not a struggle. It's just experience. I'm just training myself into being like water flowing and going wherever I want. And then I'm learning from it. Okay, let me put it this way. There is a moment to be aligned, and then there is a moment where you can explore. And I feel like I'm currently exploring. I'm not ready to be aligned yet. Maybe it will happen one day, maybe not. Who knows?
That's very interesting. Well, on the topic of flowing like water, Willy Souly, Willy, when you move, it's like water. It's so beautiful to see you dance, to see you improvise. Your movement contains so much fluidity. And I'm wondering, where where you are in your body or in your mind in order to access that fluidity? What is your process?
We are made of water, right? I just go with that. How water can be calm, fluid, but it also can be like furious and violent. It's just like life, like our lives. There are ups and downs, and sometimes it's quiet. And just try to match it with my bring it into my dancing, and just let's say have fun with it. Yeah, it's just bringing all these elements linked to water and life, and just experience, have fun, because we are just in transit here, right? we don't know where we're going after. It's just about this moment, experience it, have fun, learn from it, and then wait for the next one, if there is another one. Use these different aspects of water, how it can be fluid or going in a state of ice and then melting back into the water, and constant movement. It's still the same element.
Willy is also a Taekwondo master. Can I say Taekwondo master? I mean, you've won a lot of championships. You talked about the water coming into different forms, sometimes becoming furious. Is that the energy that you channel, that furious water, that force? Is that what you channel when you are fighting?
Not really. When I'm fighting, it's a little bit like, okay, basically when I'm fighting, I'm thinking more about dancing. Yeah. You never know what's going to happen in a fight. And it's similar to like improvisation. Sometimes you don't know what's going to happen. It's just about being present and just responding to the situation. So when I'm fighting, it's just about the dancing, and then I think about rhythms. Like, you can see me fighting and be like, oh, he's so relaxed. That's what everybody always says. But basically, I'm singing in my head. I'm singing in my head,
Wow.
Thinking about dancing. And then I have like a rhythm. Basically, the strikes become like a little bit like solos. I'm singing, and then I feel like having something. Then I punch, then I kick. And then if I need the music to rest, then I create a distance. And then I'm there relaxing, waiting for another moment to... So everything I do has a rhythm that I kind of set. And I make my own music. That's why I create dance with no music before I look for the music.
You once told me that the moment that you feel any kind of anger when you're fighting, it's bad.
Very bad. Because that's when you lose it. That's when you lose it. I don't remember if I have ever felt angry, maybe annoyed.
While fighting?
Yeah, maybe annoyed. I think I was competing in Europe. It's a competition that it just happened like this. I wasn't supposed to compete. And then out of the blue, within 2 days, like on the third day, I decided to register. And then Saturday I was fighting. No training and nothing. And I wasn't prepared. But I made it to the final. Against this top athlete. And at one point I just got frustrated because the lack of training kind of slowed me down. The music wasn't. The music was funky on my mind, and I see him there, and I just don't know how to get it. Yeah. But I didn't get angry. You just get frustrated. And anyway, it's a game. You win some, you lose some, and just learn from it, and that's it.
Do you ever get angry in life?
Yes, but no one can see it. Yeah. I have this, I don't want to say ability. It's not a talent neither. I just don't show it. I'm a very private person most of the time. Some other times, no. Because that emotion, it's just for me. Sometimes when something happens, you have to put yourself in the shoes of the person that created that emotion to you, because you don't know what made them do this thing. And in order to not create more problems, sometimes it's easier to just take a step back, allow the situation to calm down before you address it. So when that happens, I can just let it go. And then whenever that person will be in a good day, then I can address it. And sometimes, since I said that I'm observing a lot, sometimes I can tell if it's coming from like an issue that you have somewhere else. Because you go somewhere else, you pick an energy from something, and you just come to me, and I can feel it. And these kind of things, sometimes you don't need to mention it. You just have to let it go. Because maybe he doesn't know what he was doing.
It's very mature. I could use some of your coaching.
Oh Lord. That. Oh, Black Jesus. Coaching.
Do people come to you for counsel a lot?
Oh, yes. Yes. But I don't do that anymore. Because I feel like I'm the one that needs counseling now.
Really?
Yeah. Of course. Yeah, because people come with their issues, and then you take it, and then they kind of get free from it. But I'm getting everybody's energy. So I need to find a way at one point to release. Yeah. Release, replenish, and come back stronger. So now it's no more counseling. I'm counseling myself, and I'm seeking counseling. Yeah.
It's good to take care of yourself.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And I'm still learning.
Are there any other practices aside from dancing and being a musician and a taekwondo master that you would use to describe yourself? You're not just a dancer. You work with mixed media to make work.
I don't just call myself dancer, but maybe movement artist. Because, like I said previously, when I'm fighting, I'm thinking about dance. And when I'm dancing, sometimes I think about fighting, just to bring this balance and play with the energy that I'm putting out. Those two things are like a little bit opposite, but yet it's together. Therefore, I recently started to use more movement artists, because any movement can be dancing. But movement artists kind of feels easier than dance. Dance, I feel like sometimes saying dance is kind of limiting it.
Can I come back to the question of who do you belong to? And who can be anything. It doesn't have to be a person. You can swap out the word who for what.
I'm smiling because it kind of reminded me of this thing with a friend of mine. We always argue because I think one day I said I belong to myself, and he said, you don't belong to yourself. Yeah, because you are part of a community, you belong to a community. I think it's when my mom passed, because they kind of organized a gathering for me. And like I said earlier, I'm a private person. I didn't even post it on social media or not. A lot of people still don't know. And it's been, 4 years now. Yeah. And that's when he told me, you may think that you belong to yourself, but no, you belong to a community. And then you belong to your community, the community welcomed you, and everybody think about you, and we are sharing that pain with you. And, so I guess I belong to my community.
But you can belong to both, right? You can belong to yourself and to a community. One doesn't cancel out
both.
the other.
Yeah.
What does that mean for you, belonging to yourself?
I kind of don't know what it means to belong to myself. When I was saying that, I was thinking that it meant that I was making my own decisions and doing whatever I want, but no, it doesn't mean that. I don't know what it means to belong to yourself.
I guess when I think of the idea of belonging to myself, it means, I think, taking responsibility for my actions and taking responsibility for the way that I show up in the world, and also taking care of myself. Or when I respect myself, it means that it invites other people to respect me. When I take care of myself, it invites other people to take care of me, and it also, I have more capacity to take care of other people if I'm really making sure that I'm taking care of myself first.
Yeah, but it still needs to involve other people. It still needs to involve your community. I don't know, something to think about one day.
I remember once, I think I was asking you a question about, it had something to do about being worried about what other people thought. And you told me a story about a man and a woman and a donkey. Will you tell that story?
Okay, it's this man and his wife traveling with a donkey. So they went to the first village, but they were both walking and the donkey by the side. Once they got to the first village, people were like, oh, look at this stupid couple. They just did the whole traject walking while they have a donkey. And then for the next village, they decided to both ride on the donkey. And once they got there, people were like, oh, look at these people. They are trying to kill the donkey. Both of them cannot ride the donkey. So the man decided to ride the donkey and let the wife walk. Once they reached the third village, people were like, oh, look at this man. He's not good because he's letting his wife do the hard work while he's sitting on the donkey. So he decided for the next village to have a wife be on the donkey and he will walk. And once he got to the fourth village, people were like, oh, look at this man. You are the head of the family. Your wife shouldn't be on the donkey. You should be on the donkey. Meaning that no matter what you do, people will always say something. So you just need to trust your gut and just do whatever feels right for you and just assume it. Yeah.
Do you ever have moments of self-doubt?
Oh, yes, all the time. All the time.
And what do you do to work through it?
Just by staying true to myself, because we have to always question whatever we're doing, question ourselves. If you don't question yourself enough, then you might worry a little bit. Yeah. Just get to know yourself and trust your gut and just go. If it doesn't work this time, it might work later. How do they say that? You don't come to the world as an adult. You come as a kid and then you will learn. Before you start walking, you will fall a couple of times. Then you will question your ways of standing and how you are supposed to walk and till you get it. Yeah.
Why is art important? And why is it important for artists to make work, which are two different questions?
You know, there is not just one way of explaining things or saying things. We need that ability to communicate in different forms that can inspire us. Because you see something and you have an interpretation, and then I will come and I will read something else. And there is a beauty in that. There's a beauty in that. Therefore, we each have our own ways of processing things and then putting it out, I will say. And it's kind of important for all of us to be able to express what we want to say in our own ways. And why should we create? Why should we create? To be more connected among us. Just like try to inspire each other, give like a good experience and maybe a meaning to our time here. Maybe in a couple of days I will give you a different answer again.
It's a beautiful answer. What is your prayer?
A wish for peace and more joy, less wars, more connections. Yeah, that's kind of my prayer. Yeah. Like every morning that you wake up, you have to be grateful because you woke up. And before you go to sleep, you have to be grateful because you were able to end the day. Not everybody got that luxury to end the day. And not everybody will be able to wake up tomorrow. So you have to just be grateful for that.
Thank you for listening today. For more information about Willy and his work, you can visit his website, wilfriedsouly.com. For show notes and more information about the podcast, go to anyplacepodcast.com. This episode was recorded on the traditional homelands of the Tongva people.